Welcome to the channel. I'm Dean Wolfe. I just interviewed Infringement. They are from Norway. They're a five-piece, I would say, very classic kind of prog, even though the age range is kind of young. They're all younger than me, and their youngest is in his early 20s, in fact. But still, they will appeal to you guys who love all the classic prog, like going back to the 70s, but they still have a fresh sound. Definitely worth checking out. Here's my interview with them, Infringement. Okay, so who's all going to be there? Just you, Hans?
We're actually a whole band here.
Hmm. Oh, okay. Can't
Uh,
see. I just see you though.
yeah, there.
Oh, hey, how you doing?
Someone's
That's
eating in the.
bass player, right?
Yep,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
exactly.
And
Uh, yeah. Hi.
hello,
Keyboard player.
keyboard player. Hey, cool,
Yeah.
great, great. All right, so hey, how are you?
Hey,
Awesome. So there's four of you, or is there five of you?
there's
There's
five.
there is five in the band, right? Yeah.
The guitar player is. Yeah. We just had a photo shoot actually, so
Oh,
he's
cool.
transferring some pictures from the photographer into our computer.
Oh,
So
okay.
so we
So
had
did
a full day of rehearsal and photo shoots today. So it's been a long
been
day already.
Been a long day. Yeah, yeah. Well, this is a good time to catch you probably now. You just can relax a bit, sort of reflect, I guess, on the day.
Yeah.
I just listened to your album. I loved it. It's people who love traditional prog will love this because it's a whole experience. The whole album is a whole experience. You really have to listen to the whole thing. It's a heavily conceptualized album. It reminded me little flashes, I mean, I grew up on Saga, Rush. This kind of stuff will go right nicely beside that. So I think a lot of traditional prog fans will really enjoy this music. Great singing, great musicianship, very well recorded, well thought out. The artwork is, it's a home run. It's really fantastic. You have a new LP vinyl that you just cut, and you have a Digipack CD. And of course, you're on Bandcamp, you're with Crime Records. So you just did a photo shoot and you just did a rehearsal. So what's your rehearsal about? Do you have some live gigs coming up?
We actually have the release concert next Friday.
Ooh,
This Friday.
nice.
Yeah.
That's going to be
So,
in Oslo or?
Asker, just outside of Oslo. Playing a split release with the Windmill.
The Windmill. Oh, I just
Yeah.
interviewed the flautist
Yeah.
from
Morten.
Windmill. Yeah, yeah.
Morten. Yeah.
That's right. So there's a decent prog rock scene, a small community, I guess, probably in Norway that is into prog, and I mean the whole Europe there. It's got a good scene. In Canada here, I guess Montreal is kind of the hub as far as prog rock. Where are you rehearsing? Is this at one of your houses or?
This is a school where our drummer is actually a teacher. He's a music teacher at school.
Oh, nice. Very
We just
convenient.
yeah, one of the music rooms to set up and rehearse. There's
Awesome.
there's a there's a holiday for the children here, in Norway this week. That was so. For the last couple of 2 weeks, we just have everything set up, and it's easy for us to just come in and start playing.
Very convenient. Very convenient. There's a chalkboard there so you can write down notes.
Well, it's 2014, so there's like electronic screens you can write on and
Oh, is
everything.
that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. Pretty modern now. So now tell me a little about this concert you're rehearsing for, and the Windmill are going to open up for you, or,
It's
or
it's probably the other way around, I think.
oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Now you've got three albums. I really enjoyed your recent album. I listened to it in its entirety just now, and I'm planning to go back for sure. It's really good. Like I say, I recommend this to any traditional prog rock fan is going to be very comfortable with this music. I noticed little flashes like of Rush or Kansas or Saga. I mean, Opeth. What kind of influences do you all personally have in music? It doesn't have to be prog, any music.
Well, you mentioned some of them right there. Well, first of all, thank you very much for the kind words
Oh, no
about
problem.
our album. Uh, we're very appreciative about all the good responses that we got. Well, maybe everyone can tell you a little bit about their influences. That's Stig. You haven't met Stig yet. Come here and say hello. It's a guitar player.
Hey, Stig.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good.
Good.
Well, I can start. I can go first. My main influences growing up, I come from a punk and hard rock background. Actually, I listened to a lot of punk and Scandi rock growing up. There was a rock scene in Scandinavia. Bands like Lucifer and Turbo Negro, Helicopters. Don't think they got very big outside of Scandinavia, maybe a little bit in Europe. But then, later it's all just the classic prog bands. Lately, more heavier stuff. There's a lot of good Norwegian prog metal bands right now. With some friends of us. The Simon who co-produced and mixed our album, he has a band called Aukrust. It's really good. Give them a shout out.
Great, yeah.
Yeah, for me, Pain and Salvation is one of my absolute favorites. And Steve Hackett, Genesis, Andy Latimer with Camel, of course. Great influences for me as guitar player.
Your main influences.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Wilson, Opeth, Pork Country, the more heavy stuff, of course.
Right.
I know Emil has. He's a huge.
I'm a huge progger. Dream Theater, that kind of stuff. I've grown up listening to Frank Zappa.
Okay.
My dad is a huge fan, so a lot of influence from him. And some of the newer things, Animals as Leaders, Polyphia, the type new generation music.
He's a young guy.
Yeah, I'm a young guy.
I guess I can chime in.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, I grew up on a lot of prog influences. My father's heavily invested in music, like the early prog bands, like King Crimson, all this kind of stuff. But when I kind of grew to really enjoy music, I'm more like a jazz influenced player. So I guess I bring a little bit of a different perspective there.
Yeah. There was one track I recall that quieted down, and there was a bit of a jazz feel on the drums. There definitely came out on this new album. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And for me, it's all about the drummers. So it's Neil Peart, Rush, Portnoy, Dream Theater, everything Simon Phillips has played on with Derek Sherinian and Toto. Mainly drum-based progressive music. Bill Bruford, King Crimson. Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I'm listening to.
It's interesting how the prog genre, they're actually, literally speaking, there are hundreds and hundreds of prog rock bands, but they all kind of have sort of like little areas that they move more into. It's fascinating to me. All of you have some prog influence, except Hans. You mentioned you were more hard rock punk or something.
Yeah.
So prog came later for you, probably. Yeah. Now you do the lyrics for the band, right? Yeah.
That's correct. Yeah.
So tell me a little about your inspiration for lyrics, and let's see. I would definitely not say this is not dystopian. The lyrics in this album. Would you say? I mean, or is it dystopian?
It's a little bit dystopian.
A little bit, okay. Yeah.
There's a connection with the booklet on the physical copies as well, with little snippets of text that's written to fill out sort of gaps in the story. And also, all of our albums are placed in the same kind of universe. So we kind of just connecting all the threads and letting people slowly learn all the bits and pieces about this universe that we're writing about.
That's really unique. I like that approach. So all 3 albums are set in a specific kind of universe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not a fantastical universe, and it's rooted kind of in reality, but it's not our world or and it's not fantasy with fantastic elements. Yeah.
Well, that makes me think a little bit of Pink Floyd. Is it kind of Pink Floyd-ish in a way, would you say?
Oh, yes,
Okay.
there's Pink Floyd in there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of 2112. There's I also love the lyrics of the Leonard Cohen. I think there's a bit of that in there as well.
Yeah.
Queen Reich, Operation Mindcrime, definitely.
Right. So you guys were just rehearsing today. How did your rehearsal go?
We're getting there.
Yeah.
We'll be ready. We'll be ready for next Friday. Definitely.
So you're performing your album. You're not doing any covers or anything.
No, we're doing Black Science and White Lies from start to finish.
Start to finish, yeah.
With all the theatrics that goes with it. We're a band that puts on some costumes and masks and have some theatrics with the performances.
Interesting. So that of course immediately reminds me of Peter Gabriel a little, and which actually I thought of a little bit when I was listening to the album too. It reminded me a little Peter Gabriel. Some of the lyrical singing, the sort of do you take on voices, sort of like characters sometimes when you're singing?
Yes, I do. There's also multiple voice parts on top of each other. Well, you listened to White Lies before, and this voice in the background, this high-pitched voice in the background, that's kind of like an angel or a devil on the shoulder for our protagonist in the story.
Cool.
And there's also multiple characters in the story, which I'm trying to portray.
Right.
And it's easier if you watch the live show where they actually take on different costumes and more personas. Then it's easier to convey it visually than through the album.
Yeah. That's cool. And like I mentioned, the artwork, I think it's amazing. Also having the lyrics plus having a kind of sidebar with a sort of text or a narrative to reference. That's why I really like what you're doing your albums are like a whole. I think this is the thing that I, as a music fan, really love. But am I right about that you're approaching everything always as a part of a whole rather than make a single or something like that?
Oh no, it's a holistic approach to album making, definitely.
Yeah.
From the get-go, from the first album, and especially on this album.
Mm-hmm.
Everything connected with the art, with the lyrics, the musical themes, everything.
Mm-hmm. Really important on all 3 albums, I think. Yeah.
So you guys all grew up in Norway?
We're all Norwegian, yes. Most of the band is from the area around Oslo. Bård is from Skien, a little bit further down south.
A couple of hours away.
Except for me, I'm from the west coast of Norway. So the completely opposite side. With fjords and the mountains and.
Ooh, nice. Are you planning to do some more touring at all throughout Europe, maybe?
Hopefully. It's a little bit too late this autumn, but coming spring next year, we maybe have some international gigs lined up, and hopefully some more to come. So it's interesting times ahead.
So how does it feel for you to sort of trying to get your music out there? You want people to hear it, obviously, and I guess this interview is going to help too. I'm hoping to share your music with my audience. Have you guys made videos, like music videos?
I think we made 2. Yeah, we made 2. Yeah. One from each of the previous albums, I think. Nothing professional or anything, just ourselves filming and editing and putting it out there. but definitely one part where we haven't been good is doing self-promotion. It's it's not something we excel at all. It looks like the ball is starting to roll a little bit more now. We see some upticks in streams and in feedback. Thank you very much. It helps getting someone to help us out with promotion, definitely. So we don't have to do everything ourselves, and we can focus more on just playing the music. That helps. I will say, as you being a Canadian, we have another gig in Oslo in November with Mystery.
Oh yeah, Mystery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're playing together with Mystery on the 13th of November in Oslo. So that's going to be really fun.
Oh, cool. Yeah, you know what? I've really got to interview that band. Thanks for mentioning them, because it's funny being in Canada. I'm always just I take some things for granted like that, I guess. In your band, what's the age range of you guys?
Emil, the bass player, is the youngest. He's 23. I'm the oldest at soon to be 38. So there's quite a bit of age range there. But the other guys are closer to me in age than Emil. Emil is the
34. Everyone.
Yeah, the rest of the guys are 34.
Yeah. Okay, so your youngest, your bass player, I'd like to hear his thoughts on prog and the new generation.
There's not a lot of young people to listen to prog anymore. There's not in Norway, at least. The new generation listens to the more of the metal scene, I believe. I'm not so young in the soul. Yeah, I feel more like 40 than 20.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe there's a lot of pop over here. The pop culture. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, well,
So,
at least young people.
Yeah.
I still think there is more young people coming to prog nowadays than like 5-7 years ago.
Yeah.
I kind of have that impression.
So do I. I agree. Even if it's not specifically prog too, it's maybe even rock, just
Yeah.
And the subgenres are
Yeah. Electronic dance music, EDM, has run its course, I think. That girl, what's her name? How could I forget her name? She's the biggest pop star right now, the female singer. At least she's playing a guitar. Thank God. I got tired really fast of people on their laptop computers. I didn't really think that's very musical. I mean, it's interesting. It opened up a lot of doors for a lot of musicians to explore music who were not invested in a single instrument like we are, like you guys. Like you guys are very invested in your instrument, which I should mention again for the audience here. This is a classic 5-piece band where you've got your lead singer, and that's all he does, right, Hans? You don't play any instruments, just singing?
Just singing, yeah.
Yeah, and you got your bass player, and you got your keyboardist, and the drummer, and you all do vocals, by the way. That's really great. I always encourage that, people who even think they can't sing, you can always do backups. It's nice to hear the voice of the musicians. So
we worked quite a bit on that lately, actually. So it helps really to sell the whole performance when you have backup singers that.
Absolutely.
We also sometimes have an extra backup singer with us who also performed on the album. So he's credited there, but he won't be doing these next 2 shows with us. And now he's the boyfriend of Stig's sister.
Oh, okay.
So kept locally here. Give us a listen for those of you who haven't done it.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm going to put all the links below.
Get in touch.
Get in touch
Spread
if
the words. The promo is hard these days. There is so much bands that craves for the attention, and booking live shows it's quite heavy stuff to do because there is so many bands to compete with.
No shortage of prog in the world, really.
And in Norway's doing great now.
And Norway too, yeah. There's quite a metal scene as well, right?
Definitely, yeah. That is the metal has always been strong here, at least since the 90s with the black metal music and everything. And the largest festival in Norway right now is a festival called Tons of Rock. It's the biggest festival. It's 4-day music rock and metal music festival. Up to 50,000 people a day there.
So music is alive and well, thank goodness.
Thank goodness, yeah.
Yeah, and long live the guitar. Is there any plans that you have in the future for another album, or is that like you're not even thinking of that right now?
Oh, there's some snippets of new music that's been
In the works.
Being tested.
Cool,
So,
cool.
Hopefully it won't take us 5 more years to make the 4th album as it did the 2nd and the 3rd.
Yeah, let's hope not. Okay, well, I'll wrap it up then. Thanks again, guys. I'm going to leave links down below. Everybody, make sure you check out this album and listen to it start from finish. White Lies and Black Science, or it's the other way around. I forget. Other way around. Black Science, White Lies.
Yes.
Great stuff, guys. Keep it up, and we'll keep in touch in the future, too.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
That's it. Thanks a lot, guys.
Bye-bye.
All right.